I'm always happy to report when there's something good coming out of the Xbox camp. It doesn't seem like that happens too much lately, but hey, I'm going to be there when there is something to talk about. And we have some interesting stuff to kind of go on about right now. And listen, I get it, man. There's some people that are down in the dumps with Xbox. I can feel that way sometimes too. But overall, there's a lot of cool stuff going on too, and I think that's awesome. So, at the end of the day, Microsoft's going to do what they feel is best. Maybe that's not, what's best for you or me. But, again, sometimes these companies have to learn the hard way, so we'll see what happens. What's up, everybody? I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. It helps out the channel. It means a lot to me personally. If you guys could do that, I do daily gaming content, so you guys can look forward to that. Always fun stuff to kind of get out there and talk about, whatever the news and things that's going on. So again, really cool to see. I appreciate each and every one of you. The channel's growing ever so slowly, so I'm very appreciative of what you guys are doing. And like I said, it definitely means a lot to me that you guys are taking time out of your day and your schedules to check out what's going on with the channel and stuff like that. So thank you guys very, very much. Now, it's an interesting time. Xbox has a lot of things going on. They don't really have any exclusives anymore. There's always some rumor that something's going someplace else. But here's a very interesting bit of tactics. So there's now a new rumor saying that Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake will be announced for Xbox Series X and S soon. Thanks to a credible leaker who's been spreading rumors about Final Fantasy 16 and 7 sometime this year. Recently, notable tipster Nate the Hate has been stating on Reset Era that Xbox ports for Final Fantasy 16 and 7 Remake could be announced later this year, with an Xbox port for Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth set for 2026. Nate the Hate has made claims that Xbox ports of these games before, which, hey, cool. Finally get these games. I think Final Fantasy 7 Remake came out, in 2020 or something, so only 5 years ago. Jez Gordon corroborated that with their own sources. They've been unable to lock down the timing of these announcements at the time of the writing. Nate seems to have given some sort of idea of the timing in new posts. According to Nate, Final Fantasy 16 will be announced release for Xbox sometime in the first half of 2025, possibly spring. Final Fantasy 7 Remake Xbox port will be announced release in 2025, and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth Xbox's port sometime in 2026. Speculating that Square Enix will announce the Xbox ports for these aforementioned Final Fantasy games simultaneously for maximum effect. Now, historically, Microsoft has had partner-focused showcases around the spring, which could be a good idea for the showcase. Square Enix's effort to further support Xbox, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth recently hit Steam and seems to be doing well for the company, despite previous assertions that it missed expectations when it was PS5 console exclusive. Now, listen, I'm going to be the first one to kind of sit there and say this. A lot of people ran with this story because it had like 40,000 people on Steam or whatever the case may be. That's not really indicative of anything specific or anything special, in my opinion. Like, okay, well, here's Steam with 40,000 people or whatever the case may be. Again, I don't know if that's going to be something that realistically, changes how things are done, but I do think that, we're starting to see different things happen where Microsoft is getting, a lot of things going in the right direction in terms of getting some of these games that usually skip Xbox. As Square Enix releases more of its JRPGs on multiple platforms, like the Trial series, Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Collection, Dragon Quest 3D, HD 2D Remake, the possibility of the rumor is looking more true by the day. Xbox Series X and S could sure benefit from having Final Fantasy 16, as well as Remake 7 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, as these games are regarded as some of the best titles that the modern franchise has to offer since they made the jump from PlayStation. So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, especially one that Xbox fans would love to play. Obviously there's diehard fans that are looking forward to this kind of stuff. Again, take it with a grain of salt till stuff gets confirmed, but nice to see that. I'm not against that. I think, it would be smart for Microsoft to get these. Are we living in a day and age of less third-party exclusives? I mean, we've already been kind of living that world for a while now. For a lot of developers, it doesn't make sense to leave any stone unturned trying to make money. And the thing is, right, like sometimes people will say to me, oh, well, I thought, developers were abandoning an Xbox and things like that. And what I always have to say about that is, you're not going to see like huge developers abandon Xbox that way, at least not for a while. And the reason why they wouldn't do that is not because Microsoft or the Xbox has sold like a ton of consoles or something like that, but it's mostly because, Microsoft has their hand in everything, right? And so Microsoft has their hand in everything, GameStack, Azure, Windows. They literally they have so many studios. They're in a situation where they have their hand in a lot of gaming things, and so it doesn't behoove developers or publishers or whoever to go out there and burn those bridges with Xbox. My Xbox, they have a lot of money, so they're not afraid to kind of pay to get something that maybe wouldn't traditionally come to the platform and things like that. I think like the Ninja Gaiden stuff really kind of showcases just how far they're willing to kind of pay to be able to get these games on the platform. But I think like when you might actually see something that is skipping Xbox, I think that honestly we'll probably start seeing that stuff later on. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, anything can happen in gaming. This stuff can be anything at this particular time, and we could see anything change. Like the direction, the course of all this stuff could change. And like I said, I'm excited by that prospect and that aspect. I hope that these games do come to Xbox. I hope that people get excited for what's going on with Xbox, and maybe we'll be able to see something come from this. Like I said, Microsoft, even though they're a multi-trillion-dollar company, I still think that there's a good portion of them there that don't really understand gaming or how games work. So hopefully we can start to see something change for them before too long. I would love to see that. I want to see Microsoft continue to fight for our dollars. I want to see these companies continue to do things to kind of make sure that we have plenty to play and things like that, as well as make sure that they're trying to be competitive with Microsoft. So we'll see what happens, and we'll see if that's something that Microsoft can really get people amped up about again. That's always been my thing. You have to be able to get people excited about what you have to show, and I'm excited for that. That's really something that I get happy about and excited for. We need to see these gaming things that Microsoft has kind of put into the right kind of context. So many people just want to write Microsoft off. I'm not even doing that. I'm kind of taking this stuff with a grain of salt, but again, it really kind of comes down to whether or not Microsoft is going to stick with something or keep things status quo. I think, and I'll always say this, you have to have some kind of exclusive content, in my opinion, to be able to say, okay, well, we're going to fight, we're going to be in this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. I feel like that's probably what Microsoft is missing so far. It's just like you have to have a good reason to buy a console, and do they have a good reason? That's realistically the big question, and I think most of us have right now. So hopefully that question will be answered before too long, and hopefully it's something that we actually want to hear. How do you guys feel about this though? Are you excited to play these Final Fantasy games? It does feel like it's been a long time in coming. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Let me know down below. If you guys want to like the video, subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff, much appreciated. Much love. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. I'll catch you next time. Crap Gamer out.